Did you know that over 80% of people who use baking soda are completely unaware of its incredibly powerful health secrets? That's right. This familiar kitchen ingredient, costing only a few cents per use, quietly exists in millions of households but hides truly astonishing potential. In fact, many health experts consider baking soda one of the most forgotten remedies in the world. Just think, how many times have you used baking soda to deodorize your refrigerator or bake without ever considering that it could also bring amazing benefits to your body? You'll be surprised to learn that this simple white powder has a long and interesting history with unexpected uses that could even completely change the way you take care of your health as you age. Why is the true power of baking soda rarely mentioned? More importantly, are we missing out on a valuable secret? In this video, we will explore the little-known health benefits of baking soda, learn who should be cautious when using it, and provide guidance on how to use it correctly, both safely and effectively. If you care about your health and want to find natural, smart solutions, you definitely can't miss this content. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, hit the follow button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any useful health tips made just for you. If you find this video helpful, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, type 0 so I know and can improve the content for you. Supporting kidney function. As we age, we become more aware of the silent systems in our bodies, those systems that have quietly worked diligently for decades. Among them, the kidneys play a crucial role, filtering waste, balancing body fluids, and maintaining a delicate acid-base balance, which is essential for the smooth operation of other organs. However, over the years, especially with chronic diseases such as diabetes or high blood pressure, kidney function gradually declines. At first, the signs are very mild and easily overlooked, such as fatigue, swollen ankles, or changes in urination habits. But these warnings are subtle signals indicating deeper imbalances that need proper attention. At this point, baking soda, known as a familiar kitchen item, becomes a surprising ally with practical benefits. Recent studies show that baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, can help improve conditions for people in the early stages of chronic kidney disease, CKD. It all comes down to acid. When the kidneys lose function, the body struggles to eliminate acid from the blood, leading to metabolic acidosis, a silent condition that accelerates kidney damage, creating a difficult-to-break vicious cycle. When used in the correct dosage and under medical supervision, baking soda acts as a buffer that neutralizes excess acid, not only helping you feel better immediately, but also slowing the progression of the disease. A long-term study showed that CKD patients supplemented with sodium bicarbonate had a slower decline in kidney function, and many avoided the need for dialysis. This is not only scientific evidence, but also an opportunity to maintain independence, avoid complex medical interventions, and enjoy life more fully. Imagine caring for your kidneys not with medication but with a simple method: water and a familiar white powder. For many elderly people, especially those on multiple medications, this is a natural, low-cost approach that brings peace of mind and hope. However, use must come with thorough understanding. Because baking soda contains sodium, people with end-stage kidney disease, heart failure, or fluid retention must be especially cautious. If you want to use it regularly, consult your doctor. The goal is to support, not add burden to the body. Nevertheless, while quietly helping the body maintain homeostasis, this simple method holds amazing potential. Even more wonderful is that baking soda not only supports the kidneys in controlling acid, but can also reduce one of the most common annoyances in older adults: urinary tract infections. Could this familiar kitchen item help reduce the burning sensation and frequent urge to urinate? You will be surprised by research findings and simple ways you can apply at home to feel more comfortable. We will explore more in the next section. Reducing heartburn and acid reflux. For many elderly people, heartburn seems to have become an unavoidable part of a familiar companion every day. After each meal, especially in the evening, the burning sensation behind the breastbone that rises up to the throat disrupts sleep, leading to tiredness and anxiety. Many rush to antacid medicines without considering other solutions. However, right in your kitchen cupboard, there may already be a simple, gentle, yet highly effective remedy. That is baking soda, a white powder commonly used for baking or deodorizing the refrigerator, which also naturally neutralizes stomach acid. When dissolved in water, baking soda becomes an alkaline solution that quickly soothes acid reflux. This is not a rumor, but a real chemical reaction. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, reacts with excess hydrochloric acid in the stomach to produce salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas. As a result, the burning sensation disappears within minutes. Pressure in the chest area eases, and the acid reflux causing discomfort to the esophagus fades away, bringing much relief and easier breathing. Even more valuable is that this solution helps you feel light and comfortable without relying on medications. For elderly people who are often on many medications, being able to use a natural, familiar, and inexpensive method like baking soda is a way to regain control over their health. You don't need to visit a pharmacy or worry about side effects. Just one small spoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of warm water can restore peace to your stomach. However, it's important to note that this method should not be used regularly and is not suitable for everyone. Baking soda contains sodium and may not be appropriate for those with high blood pressure, kidney disease, or heart conditions. Still, to quickly reduce occasional heartburn, especially after greasy meals or when lying down immediately after eating, baking soda is a safe and gentle choice. Imagine ending your evening with a glass of warm water mixed with baking soda, feeling your body gradually relax and prepare for sleep instead of facing discomfort. That is the quiet magic that baking soda brings. And this is just the beginning of the health benefits baking soda can offer. Along with that soothing glass of baking soda water, you are also supporting your kidneys, the silent workers, tirelessly functioning in your body. Want to know how baking soda works with kidney health? Let's explore what's essential to protect this important organ, especially for older adults. If you're still watching and find this content helpful, leave a 1 so I know you're still with me. Now, let's move on to the next part. Reducing discomfort from urinary tract infection, UTI. Few sensations in old age cause as much annoyance and fatigue as a urinary tract infection. For many elderly people, especially women, the burning sensation, frequent urge to urinate, and dull pain in the pelvic area become uninvited guests that regularly return. UTI not only brings physical discomfort but also affects confidence, sleep, and peace of mind in daily life. Although antibiotics remain the main treatment, when symptoms persist stubbornly between infection episodes, have you ever considered a simple way to help soothe the discomfort? Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, is a gentle companion in this case. It is not a cure but a mild support. When dissolved in water, baking soda creates an alkaline solution that raises the pH of the urine. This small change makes the urinary environment less favorable for infection-causing bacteria, especially E. coli, which prefers acidic conditions. Elderly people often endure persistent inflammation from recurrent UTIs, even without obvious signs of infection. When the urinary environment becomes more alkaline, irritation is reduced, helping to ease those often overlooked discomforts. Many studies have begun to confirm what many have experienced firsthand. Some women who frequently suffer from UTIs have reported that adding sodium bicarbonate, the main component of baking soda, to their care routine reduced recurrence frequency and significantly improved burning sensations and urinary urgency. Just half a teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of warm water, a small act that brings a feeling of regaining some control when the body feels unpredictable. This is not only a simple chemical change but also a mental comfort during anxious moments. Baking soda helps elderly people feel more proactive in self-care, especially while waiting for medical appointments or between treatments, without needing to rely more on medication. In a world where elderly people often take many different drugs daily, this brings a very precious peace of mind. Of course, baking soda cannot replace necessary medical treatment. UTIs can worsen in elderly individuals, especially those with diabetes or using urinary catheters, and require serious care. However, as a gentle supportive measure under a doctor's guidance, baking soda water can become a reliable companion on the road to recovery. Can a small change in pH affect how the entire body functions? The answer will be revealed next. Let's explore further. Supporting the body's pH balance. Our body is truly amazing and intelligent. Every breath, every heartbeat, every process of digestion or cell regeneration depends on the internal chemical balance. Among these, pH, the level of balance between acidity and alkalinity in the blood and bodily fluids, plays a crucial role in maintaining this harmony. When pH tends to lean even slightly toward acidity, the body easily falls into states of fatigue, aches, mild inflammation, and faces risks of chronic health issues. Especially for older adults, As the body's ability to self-regulate pH declines over time, maintaining a stable pH level becomes more important than ever. Modern diets high in meat, sugar, processed foods, and low in fresh vegetables often make the body more acidic. Add to that stress, medication use, and sedentary habits, and the body gradually exhausts its capacity to maintain balance. Although blood is tightly controlled to keep pH within safe limits, other parts such as muscles, joints, and bones can quietly suffer as the body constantly compensates. At this point, baking soda, a simple yet effective substance, can become a powerful helper. A small amount of properly dissolved baking soda in water creates an alkaline buffer that supports neutralizing excess acid. Baking soda does not disrupt the body's natural systems but works alongside them, helping reduce the burden on the kidneys and lungs and adjusting the internal environment. Many elderly people have added the habit of drinking a glass of baking soda water a few times a week and have noticed clear positive changes: sharper mind, lighter body, and significantly increased energy. This is not magic, but the result of chemistry applied wisely and respectfully to the body. Importantly, this is not a trend pushing the body to become alkaline as some misleading fads claim today. It is a gentle support helping the body better fulfill its natural balancing task, but with less strain. When the internal environment is balanced, all functions from digestion, energy, sleep to immune responses run more smoothly. Surprisingly, this balance does not only affect internal organs but also touches your skin. Just as acidity in the blood can cause internal discomfort, it can also make skin dry, itchy, and irritated. Could such a gentle solution help freshen breath and support oral health? You might be surprised by what lies behind a simple smile. Let's continue exploring in the next section. Soothing mouth ulcers and bad breath. As we age, we become more sensitive to small discomforts that we used to easily overlook. A minor ulcer inside the mouth, an unpleasant bitter taste, or the anxiety of worrying about unpleasant breath. These are common experiences for many older adults. They may not be serious enough to require medication, but they are enough to take away comfort and confidence in communication. Whether it is persistent ulcers, sensitivity when wearing dentures, or changes in oral health due to medications or dry mouth, these inconveniences often exist but are rarely shared. Baking soda, a familiar friend in the kitchen, offers a gentle yet effective solution. Its role in oral care is not new. For generations, baking soda has been used to clean and deodorize the mouth. But what makes it special is not only tradition but also solid scientific evidence. Sodium bicarbonate helps neutralize acid in the mouth, creating an environment where odor-causing and harmful bacteria find it hard to thrive. If uncontrolled, these bacteria lead to bad breath, mucosal irritation, plaque buildup, and even gum diseases. Used as a mild mouth rinse, simply dissolve half a teaspoon of baking soda in warm water. This solution can soothe irritated mucous tissues. For those prone to canker sores or discomfort from wearing dentures, this rinse significantly reduces burning sensations and supports healing. Unlike alcohol-containing mouthwashes that cause stinging, baking soda gently balances pH, creating favorable conditions for tissue recovery. Older adults who often experience dry mouth or use medications affecting oral moisture frequently find this solution not only pleasant, but also noticeably restorative. Regarding breath, though invisible, it greatly affects how we connect with others. Baking soda not only masks odors but also addresses the root cause by altering the chemical environment in the mouth so odor-causing compounds cannot flourish. The result is a cleaner mouth and greater confidence to chat and smile, turning this into a gentle daily self-care ritual. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest discomforts deserve attention, and self-respect is not just about avoiding illness but feeling whole from every joint to every bright smile. Moreover, this solution can also help soothe gout pain, a common issue in older adults. Let's explore more in the next section. Helps reduce acute gout attacks. If you have ever woken up in the middle of the night because of a swollen, bright red joint that hurts so much even the touch of a bedsheet is unbearable, you will understand the severity of gout. It is not just pain, but a sharp, stabbing pain that leaves you almost immobile and often strikes suddenly without warning. For many older adults, gout feels like a betrayal by their own body. Even though they try to eat healthily, exercise regularly, and follow doctors' instructions, the gout attacks still persist. The root cause of gout is uric acid, a substance that accumulates in the blood and crystallizes in the joints, most commonly in the big toe, ankle, or knee. These tiny crystals are like sharp shards of glass under the skin, triggering the immune system to react, causing severe inflammation. Treatment is not simple, and medication clearly plays an important role. However, what if you could do something gentle at home to help reduce the frequency or severity of gout attacks? Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, a common household item, holds significant potential. Its power lies in its alkalinity. When you drink a properly diluted baking soda solution with water, it can change the body's pH, creating a more alkaline environment. Why is this important? Because in an alkaline environment, uric acid becomes more soluble and can be more easily eliminated through urine. This means fewer uric acid crystals form, and those that do form dissolve more readily, minimizing painful buildup. For elderly people who frequently suffer from gout, this small adjustment can bring real relief. Recent studies show that sodium bicarbonate, the scientific name for baking soda, when used under medical supervision, can help lower uric acid levels in the blood and correct metabolic imbalances, which are the main causes of gout attacks. While baking soda cannot completely replace prescribed medication and should not be used without a doctor's approval, it can become a valuable helper for prevention, a small daily care step to effectively reduce pain. What matters most is the emotional significance behind this habit. When the body reacts negatively, we often feel powerless. But just a simple action, stirring a spoonful of baking soda in warm water and sipping it slowly, can become a moment of self-love, care, and respect, gently listening to the body. And the benefits of baking soda don't stop at the joints. Just as it can help dissolve crystals in the body, it also neutralizes acid and bacteria in the mouth, the causes of bad breath and discomfort. Are you curious whether such a simple drink could help your body move more freely and hurt less? Let's explore more in the next section. Relieves aches and pains after physical activity. For many older adults, staying active is not just a habit but a precious gift. It is a way to maintain independence, protect cardiovascular health, and feel connected to the rhythm of life around them. Whether it's a gentle morning walk, moments spent gardening under the soft sunshine, or stretching exercises during physical therapy, movement brings them a sense of freedom and vitality. However, alongside that freedom, it is not uncommon for dull aches and pains to appear after a day of activity. Stiff joints and muscle cramps make even the simplest tasks much more difficult. In quiet moments, sitting on the edge of the bed or holding onto the stair rail, many can't help but wonder, is this a sign of aging? In fact, a little soreness is natural, and even necessary for the body's regeneration and strengthening process. But it's important to distinguish between positive recovery pain and persistent pain that diminishes the joy of living. At such times, a simple but effective solution like baking soda water can become a quiet helper. People often know sodium bicarbonate from the kitchen or as a remedy for indigestion, but few realize it is also a natural buffer that helps balance the body internally. When we exercise, muscles produce lactic acid, which causes the burning and aching sensation known as delayed onset muscle soreness. Drinking a properly dosed glass of baking soda water right after exercise can help neutralize some of this acid, soothe the internal environment, and support faster muscle recovery. While it cannot completely erase fatigue, this method helps reduce soreness, making it easier to move the next day, stand taller, and return to favorite activities without hesitation. For older adults who have just started moving again after illness or surgery, this gentle support can be a crucial pillar, helping them persist rather than give up easily out of discouragement. Moreover, there is a deep emotional comfort in knowing that a simple, familiar remedy can deliver real results. Just one spoonful of baking soda mixed in water, a quiet sip, and you feel gentle care from within your body. No force, no artificial additives, completely natural. This is not merely recovery, but a healing journey full of dignity. And the greatest benefit of baking soda is that its power doesn't stop at aiding post-activity recovery. It also helps maintain the body's pH balance, a silent foundation for abundant energy, strong immunity, and comprehensive cellular health. Conclusion: a small step, a lasting impact. As time passes and we enter old age, we begin to understand something that youth often overlooks. True health does not come from chasing trends or quick fixes. It arises from listening to the subtle signals our bodies send and responding with care, wisdom, and simplicity. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, may seem very ordinary, inexpensive, easy to find, and easily forgotten. But as you have seen, it holds a quiet power, a long-standing healing tradition increasingly recognized by modern science. From supporting digestion, soothing aching joints, to helping kidneys function effectively and freshening breath, this humble powder brings health in a gentle, unobtrusive way. In a world full of medicines and complex treatments, it is simplicity and nature that help you feel the deepest sense of self-mastery. It reminds us that healing does not always start with a prescription. Sometimes, just a small spoonful, a glass of water, and a willingness to care for yourself in a new way is enough. However, the most important message is not just about baking soda, but also about your rights and responsibilities to explore, question, and become the best expert on your own body. You have experienced enough to realize there is no one-size-fits-all formula. Therefore, balance and caution are always necessary. Always consult your doctor before changing your healthcare routine, especially if you have underlying conditions or are taking medications. Baking soda can be effective, but like anything powerful, it needs to be used wisely. Now that you hold this knowledge of its health benefits, you have not only information but understanding. Whether you choose to try drinking diluted baking soda or keep this knowledge to yourself, you have taken another step on the journey to a deeper, more mindful life. So, cherish the small things that can create big changes. Cherish old age not as accepting decline but as honoring subtlety. Cherish yourself for choosing curiosity, for prioritizing health, and for remaining open to new opportunities ahead. If this message resonates with you, please share it with your loved ones. You never know how a little insight can change someone's life. Your journey has never ended. It's only deepening, and you are exactly where you need to be. These lessons are written to inspire you to live fully, authentically, and meaningfully. I look forward to hearing you share one thing you've learned here and how you plan to apply it in your life. Let's walk together on the path of harmonious and mindful living. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with the number 1. If not, you may leave a 0. Every feedback is very valuable to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Hello Health channel for more meaningful content. Thank you for watching and live life your own way.